And good evening and welcome to the Vegan Hour, episode 23 on, when is it? It's Tuesday, July the 4th. That's Independence Day in America, actually. Yeah. And I am joined by Jonny Garrison from Brisbane Vegan Markets. Welcome aboard, sir.
Good evening.
How are you, mate?
Very
now,
well.
as people are coming online, as I always say, they're slowly popping up. I'm just going to read the events that are coming up this weekend, and then we'll get into tonight's show, finding out all about Brisbane Vegan Markets and also finding out about I Should Coco, which is an interesting name. First off, this Friday, July the 7th, is the Cube of Truth at Surfers Paradise, 5 p.m. at Surfers Paradise. So Renee and Liz and all the other activists that have been doing the Cube of Truth will be down there in Cavill Mall, and you're more than welcome to help them out and educate the public about what's happening with the animals. Now also on Sunday, July the 9th, this Sunday, is the Brisbane Vegan Markets. Yay!
That's it, perfect time.
Yeah, that starts at 9 a.m, doesn't it? That's,
yeah, 9 till 3.
9 till 3. That's, where's it? Boundary, corner of Boundary Street and what's the...
Russell.
Russell,
so
corner.
it's basically
right.
Where the Rumpus Rooms is in West End.
Yep.
Yeah, just the side strip down
If
there.
you don't know where the Rumpus Room is in West End, you should.
So look for the giant lizard in the street.
Oh, really?
The giant lizard outside the
At
front.
the front. Yeah, okay, there you go. So if you haven't been along the Brisbane Vegan Markets, we're going to be talking about them tonight. And we're also, I mean, it's so popular, isn't it? It's just...
Yeah, it seems to be going one level to the next.
Really?
You know,
It's
that's why we're going to go twice monthly now.
That is fantastic. I'm just ignoring that little pop up. You can see that pop up there. So you started. Let's start off about what I want to do tonight is actually find out about the Brisbane Vegan Markets. I'm also going to find out about I Should Coco, and then also find out a little bit about your personal vegan journey. So Jade says, Jonny, we love you.
Awesome.
That's pretty good. The fan club has started. Let's get this. Let's see what it looks like on what we look like on the computer here. Oh yeah, that's us. We were initially pixelated, but we'll be right in a second. It'll come good, especially if I hit the right buttons to make it all work. And there we go. Okay,
Fantastic.
Good, excellent. So we can read your comments on the computer now. Okay, so Brisbane Vegan Markets. What are the Brisbane Vegan Markets? Let's start with the basics.
Okay, so basically, it's a market that is all about veganism. It's not just about food. It's about health, clothing, nutrition.
Good.
Everything, connected with veganism.
So if I go along, what sort of, apart from a lot of food stalls, what sort of other stalls might I see there connected with, say, clothing or...
Right, so you've got, for example, Vegan Tribe. They make like organic cotton t-shirts.
Okay, that's good.
They even have their own cookbooks.
Oh, yes, of course. I know.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Vegan Tribe, yes. Yeah. She was at the markets last Sunday at...
That's correct.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the markets. Eco Markets, because actually I bumped into you there as well. So, yep, and they were great markets too.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
really
they showed
really
the trees, the gum trees and that. So, yeah, Anthea, that's her name.
Yeah, that's correct.
So
yeah.
she's got her her cookbook, she's got her vegan t-shirts.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I've seen, when I've been there, I've seen some jewellery.
Yeah, we have Akasha Creative, they make brilliant handmade jewellery, all kinds of crystals, healing, a bit of everything for everyone. It's not just about the food.
Not just about the food, but the food makes up a lot of it. I'm just reading some of the comments there. Jean says, was hoping to tune in, but having trouble. Not sure if it's the computer, been a bit of a pain today, but we'll keep trying. Now, first question from Elaine. Now, Elaine is actually has a vegan B&B in Mullumbimby.
Oh, fantastic.
Which I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she's up and running yet. Maybe Elaine, I can ask you that question. You can give us a response. But Elaine's question is: any chance of moving to a bigger location?
At the moment, no, and that's why we're going twice a month.
Okay, so
yeah, because we have the crowds there, and the idea is that we make it twice a month. it will still be popular, but the crowds will reduce a little bit, making it, you know, sort of a more peaceful manner.
Yes, because hopefully it'll be spread across the two
That's right.
the two events per month.
And the second event is going to be 2 hours longer as well. It's going to be open for lunch and for dinner, so it's going to, you know.
Okay, so and that does. Am I right in saying that starts at 12 o'clock?
Yeah, that's 12 to 8, and
Okay.
this will be slightly different because we won't have any stores inside the rumpus rooms. That will be open as a bar and also as a dining area.
Okay.
And we're also going to have a fully licensed vegan bar outside. So, you know, you can come along for a Sunday drink.
And the first one of them will be on July the 23rd.
That's right.
Yeah, starting at 12 o'clock. But in the meantime, this Sunday, on July the 9th, is the regular Brisbane Vegan Market starting at 9 a.m. and going to 3 p.m. Now, Elaine says Anthea Moore does the books, yep, and Casper does Vegan Tribe. They are from Mullumbimby, obviously. She knows them well. And we still want to find out, Elaine, if your vegan B&B is up and running, because lots of people watching would be curious to find out about that as well. Okay, so I just lost it. It just fell out of my head. Whatever I was going to ask you just fell out of my head. You started, let's go back to the beginning. So you started in November. November last year, and instantly the first one was quite popular.
That's it, from day dot. You know, we tried to launch it the month before, but it was going to sort of be halfway there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I didn't want it to be, you know, sort of their event. I wanted it to go off with a bang, but it, you know, took us right by surprise. You know, we probably had about 5,000 people show up.
Wow.
You know, for myself personally, I had a queue, I don't know, up to 50 people deep going for ice cream. It was ridiculous.
Wow. Well, I'll make a mention, if you haven't noticed, we actually have it might be a little bit hard to see on the live stream, but we actually have the promo banner there for the Brisbane Vegan Markets, or I don't know if banner is the right word, but the promo, whatever you want to call it, with some pretty tasty vegan food.
That's right, and we've got a new exciting stall up here, if you can see that. That's Burger, their new vegan burger stall. Vegan
and burger put together.
That's correct.
Yes. Okay.
And they do, you know, they bake their own bread, they make their own sauce. Everything is completely from scratch.
Wow.
So we're really excited.
Now
about
that's something that if you're in Brisbane or you're travelling to Brisbane this Sunday, that's something to check out. Check out Burger. Now I just want to make a note of Elaine's comment. Her vegan B&B has been delayed, but hopes to have it open before summer. So hopefully we'll keep you posted on that. And Jared says, hello.
Hey, Jared.
And Jean says she hopes she gets to the market soon. It looks like it's going reasonably well. We're having a little bit of trouble reading these comments. So there we go. It's going really well, and it is going really well.
That is.
Pop the glasses on so you can see it. Yeah. Look at that. It's Clark Kent. I can't think of anything better to say, but okay. So straight off, you hit the ground running.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, there would be a lot of behind-the-scenes work involved in getting this going, wouldn't there?
Yeah, you know, it's sort of from booking the stalls in, advertising.
Keeping up with all the changes that are happening up to the day, people who can't make it whatever.
That's right. You know, I try and have each event booked in 2 weeks before, so I can sort of relax for those 2 weeks, but it never happens.
No, it wouldn't, would it?
No, and you know, you have people sort of phone me up 5 in the morning on the day of the event, and they're sick or their car's broken down. That's right, we had the flooding in northern New South Wales last time around, so that affected a couple of people. So there's always some drama.
So where did the idea of the markets come from?
Okay, so initially I've been to vegan festivals, fairs over years in the UK. We've had big ones in Bristol, Manchester, you know, have been really big. And when I first moved out to Brisbane sort of 7 years ago, I remember there being a couple of little events, but they really didn't take off. You know, people tried really hard, but there just wasn't the crowd or the interest. But after doing Brisbane Vegan Fest last year, just been blown away by the sheer amount of, you know, demand for that.
That was pretty impressive, wasn't
it? It was next level.
For those of you that went to Brisbane Vegan Fest, you'll remember how good it was. It was a lot of stalls, a lot of lectures, a lot of people.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. It just blew everyone away.
Yeah.
And,
And actually, I was just talking to Jonny about this just before we started the live stream. It just came to my attention today that unfortunately this year's Brisbane Vegan Fest has been delayed until next year. I posted a message about that on my timeline, but basically they've had issues with the location they were going to use. I think it was the old museum or something.
I think that's right.
And it's being restored, and there's a restoration work going on which is delayed. So that's been the whole Brisbane Vegan Fest has been held off till next year. That's an annual event, that one.
Yeah.
Don't confuse that with the Brisbane Vegan Markets that we're talking about now. There's so many popping up. I mean, we just mentioned the eco markets that were on last weekend. We have one here monthly now on the Gold Coast, Love Child Vegan Markets, which is had two events, and there'll be a third one this month, or July. Yeah, so it's amazing.
They're cropping up everywhere.
It's a brave new world, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so, okay, a lot of people come along. What's the feedback? Have you got any sort of statistics or feedback, say not hard statistics, but just some feedback of how many of these people are actually vegan and how many people are curious?
Yeah, it's very hard to gauge because we can't sort of, like, numbers wise, we can't count because there's sort of 3 entrances in and out, so we can't see how many people are going. Obviously, like the vegan community, they're there.
They're right there supporting, yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
But, I have a store next to me, for example, that's a Turkish store.
Yes.
They sell gozlemias, kebabs, those sort of things. And, I can always sort of hear customers coming up, oh, can I grab a chicken? Can I grab a cheese? And they're like, oh, actually, this is a vegan market. And they're like, oh, okay. But, and they're sort of curious and wondering. So, there is a huge percentage that is just...
So that's an interesting point. So there are actually people wandering in right through the markets because you're positioned right at one end of the market.
That's right, yeah.
And so they might have wandered all the way through and not realised.
That's right, right. Because we don't have big signs saying vegan markets or anything like that.
Is that deliberate?
Yes, to an extent, because there still are those people who will see the word and run a mile. Yeah. But now I think we're established. Perhaps we can hang up banners.
Yes.
But we still have the Boundary Street markets because we're tied in with Boundary Street.
Right.
So.
Okay. So Natasha says that's a shame about the Brisbane Vegan Fest. Hopefully the Brisbane Vegan Fest will find a fabulous location. Jean says hello Jean, and yes, and I picked up on your typo there, Natasha, so that's fine. It's wonderful. Natasha also mentions it's wonderful so many vegan markets are popping up and being so popular.
That's it, and we have Natasha herself coming on this Sunday.
Oh!
Gypsy Face Maker.
Woohoo! There you go. Awesome. I didn't know that. Good on you.
She'll be doing some vegan airbrush foundation.
Wow.
Which is new to me.
Wow. Well, the last Love Child markets I went to, I ended up with a tattoo on the back of my skull.
So this time a bit of airbrush.
That's right. Who knows? Anything could happen. Well, that's fantastic, Natasha. Great. So there you go. So have you got quite with stall holders and that? Have you got quite a demand for people wanting to be there?
Oh, yeah. I get inundated all the time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
This is, and this is something that really is only a fairly recent thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Because sort of going back to what I was saying earlier, there were these events that didn't take off, and then after Brisbane Vegan Fest, I approached Boundary Street Markets, where I'm a regular store holder every weekend, and just they were looking to put regular events on Sundays there.
Right.
So I just asked them, could we do a vegan event here?
Excellent.
The initial idea was we'd just book 10 stalls in and just have the little strip. Yeah. And then I was like, hang on, I can fill this place. So here we are. We have 40 stalls now.
Wow.
And we expanded the area. Initially, we just had the front strip and the warehouse. Now we've taken over the bar and outside the front. So
fantastic! It's just fantastic. There's so much demand for it. There's some comments come up there. Jean says, sorry, Harry, video gone. Say hi to Johnny. Hope to catch up at the market sometime soon. Yes, Jean, hope to bump into you again soon. John says, the best ice cream. Johnny and I always go back. Oh, the best ice cream, Johnny. And I always go back for seconds.
Oh, John Luce, yeah, good customer.
Excellent. And Shy from Vegan Yum says, waiting in line at I Should Coco is so worth it. Wish I could make it out there more often. Now that's high praise.
Oh, that is high praise.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's. We haven't mentioned I Should Coco yet, because I mean you're not just running the Brisbane Vegan Market. Oh, we have mentioned I Should Coco, but we haven't talked about it yet. I'll get it right. You're not just running that, but you also have your own stall there, which obviously involves a lot of preparation.
That's right. Yeah.
And a lot of hands-on.
Yeah. So I basically make all the ice cream fresh on the day. You know, it's not like pre-made or anything like that. So I'll arrive at the market sort of 5:30, 6 in the morning. Welcome in all the stalls.
Yes.
Then I have the girl Jessica, who I employed to come and take over for me about an hour before the market kicks off, and then I go in my stall and let her run the show, and I do my thing. My goodness.
You're a busy man. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
It's a long old day, but it's worth it.
So I Should Coco, that is, where did it come from?
The name or
the actual the business. So
okay.
How long has that been running?
It's just over a year now.
Okay,
I celebrated the first birthday about a month ago.
Excellent.
And basically I've had these dreams of owning my own vegan business, you know, cafes, restaurants, and I realized it wasn't viable to do, and I thought, you know, what can I do? I know I'll try a market stall, and then I was racking my brain. I went through sort of experimenting, making my own marshmallows, drinking chocolates, all these different things. And then I bought this little homemade ice cream bowl off Coventry for $20. And I just sort of played around with that every night until I hit this recipe. And I was like, this is good, I can sell this. And it, you know, to me it was better than what was out there commercially already. So I just sort of, you know.
So you're a whiz in the kitchen?
Oh, well, I've been a chef for years.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Loving Hut 4 years previous.
In Brisbane?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised I didn't bump into you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We've had a few events. Vegan Life's had a few events there.
Yeah, probably done the cooking for you then. So
no wonder it was good. There's some comments come up there. Lucy from the Eco Markets that were on last weekend says, thanks for coming to the Vegan Eco Markets last week, fellow market guru and fellow pommy.
That's it. Yeah.
And Lucy, you rock as well. Melissa says, hi Harry, love vegan ice cream. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? And Natasha says, my family and I are yet to try the famous ice cream by Jonny. We tried to get some twice last year at the Vegan Festival, but missed out. That's because it's too popular. We will get some this weekend for sure. Excited to attend the market. We are also keen to try the Vegan Galaxy Donuts.
There we go, pictured behind.
Oh, the Galaxy, is that from Flower of Life?
Flower of Life.
Flower of Life. I actually haven't tried them. And let's, while we're mentioning Flower of Life, let's mention that it just got the best bakery on the Gold Coast award.
And well deserved.
And well deserved, yes. And I did a post which a lot of people responded to, I think yesterday or the day before, where I mentioned all these places, vegan places that have been winning these awards.
That's
you know,
right.
And that is the latest. Flower of Life, 100% vegan bakery. It wins the best bakery on the Gold Coast. A couple of months earlier, it was Feed the Earthlings. Have you been to Feed the Earthlings?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Really
and they had the best burger. And then actually last month, I skipped one, last month on the Sunshine Coast, it was the new Deli Cats.
That's right, yeah. Not visited yet.
No, I haven't been there. They won the best burger up there. So, and then Feed the Earthlings previously won the best burger on the Gold Coast. And then prior to that, I think it was late last year, was the best buffet on the Gold Coast by 100% vegan Govindas in Surfers Paradise. It's amazing. This is just, I nearly have to pinch myself and go, it's just incredible that this is the changes that are happening, the awareness in that, isn't it?
Who knows, maybe one day I'll get the best ice cream. We'll keep going for that one.
There we go. There we go. That's the next one, the Best Ice Cream Award. Okay, so if that comes up, you see that pop up, you know who to vote for. And Natasha says, Feed the Earthlings rock. They do. There's a good possibility I'll be there tomorrow night, so we'll see how my plans pan out. Because it's hard to go a week without one of their burgers. I love it. So I Should Coco. I'm interested. I now am curious where the name came from.
So I Should Coco is an old British phrase.
Really?
Yeah, it comes from 1920s England.
Oh.
And being British myself.
Yes. I never noticed the accent.
That's it. It was always something my dad used to say to me when I was little. So I sort of, in a way, tied it in naming the business after my dad.
What's it mean?
It's a sarcastic term.
Oh.
So if you're to say, that you're going to do something, and you sort of take it with a grain of salt and don't believe the person, you go, oh, I should Coco.
Okay. Okay. So I get the way it's used, but what does the words tie into the sarcasm, like Coco?
So it's sort of rhyming slang for I should say so.
Ah, got it.
So
okay.
Maybe it doesn't make much sense.
So do you get no? Now I understand it. So do you get people asking about the name like me that have no idea?
Yeah, every now and then people
and
do
then you
ask.
get a pommy person come up and go, that's good.
Well, the funny thing is, I think the phrase has long died out. So there are not many people that actually still sort of remember it. Maybe very much older people.
Yeah. Yes. Like people over the age of 100, perhaps. Yes. So okay, well there you go. That's tonight's trivia. That's where I Should Coco came from. So you started at the Boundary Street Markets.
Yep, that was my first ever.
First foray.
That's right. Yep, and it took off from there.
Straight away.
I just stayed at Boundary Street.
I think whatever you touch turns to gold.
Wow! Don't curse me, bro.
No, I think that was a compliment. So okay, right. It's good to see people sharing the video too. I just see Christy has shared the video. Thanks for that, Christy. That's cool. That's good. Now, right. Where haven't we gone yet?
Right. Where haven't we gone?
Okay. So the markets and. What I want to do now is go a little bit into your personal vegan journey and awakening. Now, I'm not familiar. I haven't asked you previously, so I don't know how long you've been vegan. So let's start there.
Yep.
Johnny, how long have you been vegan?
14 years.
Oh, fantastic.
I did have I must admit, I did have a little wobble in the middle.
Yes.
But, I came back out of that and... Yeah.
I had a wobble in the middle once, the wheel fell off. No, I didn't have. That's dad jokes there anyway. So 14 years.
That's right.
Fantastic. Yeah. So let's go back to the beginning. What was your awakening? What was your realization? What happened for you?
So this is going back to when I was 20. I'm trying to think now. I'd always had it in my head that it was wrong to eat animals. And I thought I couldn't kill an animal. How can I justify eating animals?
Yes. Yeah.
But there wasn't exposure to YouTube videos and everything like there is now, so I didn't sort of have all those the knowledge.
Yes.
I gave up 1 month before Christmas because I had this thing in my head I would enjoy my Christmas dinner more.
Okay.
And I did this month without meats. And then I got to Christmas, I'd lost a lot of weight. I was feeling, less lethargic, energetic. I was feeling on top of the world. So I was like, I don't need this, And that was vegetarianism, which I kept up for 6 months.
Were you when you were doing this? Were you here or
this is in England?
This is in England. Yes.
Yeah. And I got to a point. 6 months down the line. I was in a backpacking hostel in Budapest.
Yeah.
And I met this young American fella. He offered me dinner.
Yeah.
I turned it down. I thought, it's going to have meat in it. I can't eat it.
Yeah.
Dismissed it. The next morning, I sort of went up to him. I said, look, I hope you don't feel like I was rude last night. I just wanted him to appreciate the fact that he was offering me food. And then he's like, no, man, this is vegan food. And then we literally spent the next 6 hours talking about veganism.
Wow.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
He sold me.
Yeah, he did. Yes. So, but you were vegetarian at that stage.
That's right.
And he sold you on the cruelty of the.
No, it was main at that time. He didn't really touch on the cruelty.
Okay.
It was more that I had in my head that protein.
Oh, right.
All these sort of common things. I thought because I wasn't getting dairy, I wouldn't have big, strong bones, and I get brittle fingernails and all that kind of nonsense that you had to believe.
Yes, and the opposite is true. My fingernails grow so quick.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yours the same?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You've got to clip them almost hourly. No, well, it's not that bad. But so I just want to. There's a comment come through here from Elaine that says Australian Financial Review did a positive article on veganism today. Never would have believed that would happen. No, yeah, Australian Financial Review. It is growing exponentially, and it is. It is. There's a tipping point, and I think we're getting closer and closer to it. Well, we are. We are getting close. I don't think we are. We are getting closer and closer to it. There's a tipping point. There's a theory or a scientific thing that says that when you reach a certain percentage of awareness or what is it, sort of reach of the public, once you reach a certain percentage, change occurs very rapidly from that point. You know, so it's a very slow sort of growth to a certain point, and then it's like, boom.
Because there's more acceptance there.
Yeah, there's more acceptance, and it just mushrooms, you know, really, really rapidly. So Emily asks, your favourite vegan food?
Oh.
Other than I Should Coco.
That's it. I love Indian food. It's curry.
Curries. Spicy curries? You like a bit of heat in there?
That's right.
Yeah. Cool. Now I want to step back a bit to you were in England. You went vegetarian.
Yep.
You were feeling so good. You came after Christmas. You decided I'm going to stick with this.
Yep, that's right.
Now, my understanding is there is at that stage, we're talking 14 years ago in England, they seem to be a bit more switched on than we were here in Australia with that's vegetarianism, if not veganism.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, because you know a lot of the products that have only sort of come out here in recent years
have been there for decades.
That's
haven't they?
right. You know, Quan, Linda McCartney, all this sort of gear. You know, and even the last couple of years, you know, the amount of food I see in the stores now. You know, we would have had a few of these products a good few years back. Yes.
Okay. Christine replied to what I was saying there about the tipping point. It's called the 100 monkey theory. Now, Amanda asks, Vindaloo. Jared says Vindaloo.
Vindaloo, that's the one.
That's the one? Yeah. I couldn't handle it personally, but it'd take all the heat out of it to be all right. Now, Amanda says, number one tip for someone wanting to start up a vegan business.
Oh, I think that's a difficult one. I don't think there's one thing I can say specifically. You know, I think you need to get good knowledge, talk to a lot of people, do your research, do your homework.
You'd have to also have obviously good location.
That's right. Yeah.
Good timing, maybe. You know, a whole heap of factors would come in.
Yeah, it does. You know, because for me, I hit it right. You know, West End is the perfect crowd for veganism. Yeah. You know, if I was doing this out in the country town.
Yes. You wouldn't be going too well.
That's right.
That's right. That's understandable. And actually, following on from what you just said there, Jean mentions we are sadly lacking in the Loganholme area. So maybe a market day there. It is wide open. Maybe it'll happen.
Who knows?
Who knows? And in fact, when I say maybe it'll happen, it will happen because of the rapid change that we're seeing. Yes, that will happen. And Shai from Vegan Yum says, I should cook for you. Oh, that's we'll swap for soft serve.
Perfect.
I make a good tofu butter masala and naan. Oh yeah.
Okay, you've got to deal out. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. You would have been out to Vegan Yum.
I haven't actually visited, to be honest.
Okay.
No.
Well, it's like Brisbane's. I hope I can draw this comparison. It's like Brisbane's version of Flower of Life. And I was really impressed. I walked in and went, oh, this is good. It was a lot bigger than I thought it would be. It had a lot more range than I thought it would be. For some reason, I pictured it as maybe only a small sort of arrangement. It was quite good. And there's a whole string of, you've got Charlie's Raw Squeeze there, you've got Move Free Burgers, you've got the Vegan Pantry. They're all in a line there beside each other.
Vegan Paradise.
Vegan Paradise. It was like, wow, this is just 2017. I'm loving it. It's just amazing the changes that are happening. So 6 months after, this was roughly, going back to your journey, roughly 6 months after you'd gone vegetarian, you were in Budapest.
That's right.
And you'd met this vegan guy, and basically that was a light bulb moment.
Yeah. You know, he reassured me of all my concerns and worries. Yeah. And I didn't immediately think, that's it, I'm vegan. He convinced me to give it a try. Good. You know, and you know, with a lot, I didn't just try it for a couple of days or a week. I thought I'd give myself, say, a month there, see how I feel, and again, it just sort of took my
next level.
body next level.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and all the concerns I had were just dismissed.
So, thinking back to that time, can you remember what specifically you noticed as improvements with the way that your body was feeling, or the way you were feeling?
Yeah, again, it was sort of a lift in energy, you know, because your dairy products, they're clogging your arteries, they're clogging your insides.
They're very good at creating mucus.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yes.
In fact,
Yes.
I've had a friend who was a singer in Big West End Productions over in
Yeah.
London,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
none of them would have dairy 2 weeks before a show because of the mucus. So it's actually
that's something I've never come across. That's interesting. I've never heard that one before, but it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think one of the things, and just talking about the mucus that the dairy creates, is that over the years I've had a lot of vegetarian friends, and I've seen the amount of sniffling that they've done, and that because they're still having dairy products. You know, they're not making the jump to cutting out the dairy products, and I've said to them from time to time, I'm like, you do realise you've got you're sniffling and all that all the time, you're blowing your nose and that, because you're still your body's creating a lot of mucus. It's
That's
telling
right.
you there's something not right here. Obviously, we're not meant to go around every day sniffling and blowing our nose, So Emily says, have you watched What the Health?
Yeah, I went to the premiere there. Yeah, it was
Yes.
Yeah, great night.
Yeah, I didn't make it to the premiere. I have watched it since then.
Yeah.
But what did you think?
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. I love the fact that it doesn't bang on about veganism. So for sort of an outsider,
yes,
not looking in, they're not going to go, oh, that's vegan.
Yeah. And I think that's his style, isn't it? Because he follows on from Cowspiracy.
Absolutely.
With that style of like being more approachable, so people can go and start thinking, wow, we didn't realise that there's all these vested interests. For instance, if we're talking about What the Health, all these vested interests. Actually, talking about vested interests, I was Googling something and I came across a blurb from the American Heart Association, and it was scary. I should post it. It was scary to read what their recommendations were in this day.
Really?
When you have the World Health Organization saying that processed meats are a level 1 carcinogen, right? You've got the American Health Association, which, if you watch What the Health, you'll find out are sponsored and endorsed by all these meat companies and dairy companies. And what they were saying was just so far outdated about your protein requirements through animal products and your iron. You can only get your iron through animal products. And I thought, are you guys serious? Are you for real? And that's today. It's like just scary. So if you get the chance, guys, while we're talking about What the Health, watch it so that you can just go, aha, now I know why we're living in a society with everyone's got the blinkers on, because we've been conditioned by all this rubbish that's vested interest just pushing their agenda, isn't it?
That's right. Money talks, unfortunately.
Money talks, yeah. And when it doesn't, they get propped up by the government, as animal agriculture in Australia and overseas gets propped up by the governments because they don't survive without financial assistance. So again, it's a pathetic situation. So Shai actually says that's why I left being a doctor. Yes, I'd forgotten. Yes, Shai was a doctor. Yeah. Although I will do a big shout out to the many widely spoken vegan doctors in America now. There's quite a few that have actually taken on the vested interest. They've taken on the government. They've formed committees. They've actually got this agenda to actually educate the public by sort of not attacking, but by actually saying it's no longer acceptable for the government to be pushing a certain viewpoint that is proven to be incorrect. And these are people that are, I guess, because they're doctors, a bit more respected, maybe, a bit more sort of listened to. There's quite a few of them. So yeah, I'm loving that's happening. So and I'm also loving all the people. I see all your names popping up there is fantastic. I don't know if you've been noticing all the names popping up they're coming up on the screen there and that. So so I'm loving that too, guys. Thank you very much for everyone that's watching tonight. Also, thank you very much for everyone that's sharing tonight too, because yeah, that's helps get the message out there. And yeah, so you were in England, so you went back to England. Did you? Or you were in Budapest and you decided to become vegan, so you've gone back to England.
That's right.
At this stage?
Yeah. This was in my young travelling years.
In your travelling years, yeah. So, how did you? Well, I guess 20 years ago, you were travelling and you went vegan whilst you were travelling.
That's right. Yeah.
So, how did you find that then? Did you find it a bit challenging? A bit more challenging?
It was, yeah. Especially over sort of Eastern Europe way where.
Did I say 20 years ago? 14 years ago. Yeah, 14 years ago. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking you were 20. That's right.
That's correct. Yeah.
So. Yeah, where you were in that location, a little bit challenging.
That's right. I did my best. I have one of those vegan passports. I don't know if you're familiar with those.
No, what's it?
They'll list a sentence, explaining what veganism is.
Okay.
And each page has it translated into a different language.
And that was around 14 years ago.
That was, yeah.
It was
produced by the Vegan Society of the UK.
Of the UK, yes. Who have been around since, what, the 1940s or something?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, yes.
And I think it was actually that guy who put me onto,
Onto them?
Yeah, put me onto the booklet.
Oh, right, the same guy, yes.
Yeah, so I picked up one of those. And there's sort of in the middle, there's an if all else fails page.
Yeah.
Sort of has a happy face and a sad face. So, you're in an area where communication is really bad.
That is fantastic. Jessica says, Dr. Neil Barnard is a great example of a vegan doctor. Yes, and there's quite a few of them. And Dr. Neil Barnard is one of the ones I was thinking of just then who actually has taken on the government and has taken on just different... well, he's taken on the medical profession as well. He's really stood up and said, this is not acceptable anymore. We cannot be pushing that's killing people. He's a doctor. He sees it firsthand. We cannot be telling people to eat, the standard American diet, because the standard American diet is killing people. And he's seeing it. He's at the front line. So it's fantastic. These doctors. And Natasha says, I've never heard of a vegan passport. No, well, that makes two of us.
There you go.
There you go. So are they still? Can you still get them?
I believe so. I haven't looked for a few years, but I'm sure they're out there. If anything, they're going to be growing in demand. So you can
just Google vegan passport.
That's it.
It'll probably, if it doesn't take you to the Vegan Society of UK's page, then it might. There might be some other variations of them. So somebody do it now and let me know, please, because I'm curious, very curious. We need them here, yes. Well, in nowadays they can be anywhere. You could probably Google it, download it, and have it in no time. Yeah. So so let's talk about. So you were still a young lad.
Yes, that's
right.
Were
you living with your family? Were you living with your folks, or had you moved out?
I was sort of back and forth.
Right.
I spent sort of around 3 years in and out of England, travelling and moving back with them for a.
So how did they handle the shock of their son going vegan?
They're actually really cool with it. They embraced it.
Excellent.
And yeah, they weren't shocked at all. I think they're always used to me doing things of a shock value. So,
but in this case, a positive shock value to save animals. Jessica says vegan passports are available online. Thank you, Jessica. If you do have a link, by all means put it up there. Otherwise, I just recommend to people, especially if you're watching this later on YouTube, that you can just Google it and find them. But for people who are watching this on Facebook Live now, if anyone can put a link up, and if you've got a link, Jessica, that would be awesome, or anyone else. So they're used to you sort of being an individual, standing up for what you believe in.
That's right. Yeah. I was.
Yeah.
Many kinds of different situations.
So, did the student become the teacher? In other words, did they sort of become the student? Did they learn a bit from their son?
That's it. I tried to pass on the knowledge I was gaining. In fact, I actually convinced my younger brother to be vegan, and he has been for probably, I don't know, maybe 13 years now, so he's not far behind. That is
fantastic. And a big thank you to Jessica. Thank you very much for sharing the vegan passport, a link to the vegan passport. That is fantastic, from thevegansociety.com. That is fantastic. And BB also shared it. Wow, it's popping up. There you go. I've learned. It's learning every day. It's so fantastic. First time I'd heard of it. So great. And it can be downloaded as a phone app too. That is, I'm impressed. That alone is very, very handy. I'll be doing that after the show, for all the travelling I don't do. So your brother went vegan?
Yep, that's right.
About a year after you?
Yep. Yeah. My parents, they didn't turn vegan, but they drastically reduced their intake of meat and
So you
dairy.
had an influence.
Yeah, and every time I go back to visit them, the fridge would be stocked with vegan products and everything. So
wow.
they really embraced it.
Now, Elaine says, just heard today that 2 or 3 vegan cafes in Lismore have closed or will close due to the floods. Anybody want to start a new vegan place in Lismore? Hard for people who work over there. Now, I'm going to assume, Elaine, that one of them might be 1,000 cows, maybe. I did read a couple of months ago or something, just after the floods, that they got hit pretty hard. Have you heard anything?
No, I haven't heard anything myself.
Okay.
No.
It would be nice to hear your guest ideas over comments.
Sorry, I don't.
I think Mitchell. Can you expand on that? Do you mean it'd be nice to hear Johnny's ideas on some of the comments? Is that what you mean? I think that's what you mean. Anyway, so there is a shout out to anyone in Lismore wise that's wanting to. Actually, what I will say is I am aware of a vegan business that is intending to open by the end of the year in Lismore. So it'll be a vegan food business. So I'm aware of that. So we'll see what happens there. And Good Juju and Keen on Green are gone. 20,000 cows is open now. Oh, good. I said 1,000 cows. I always remember. I forget how many cows there are. So I didn't know about Good Juju and Keen on Green are gone. I didn't. Elaine, I'm sorry to hear that. Thick shakes.
Thick shakes? Is that suggesting I make shakes?
Is that what the question is, Jared? I mean, a single word question with a question mark is pretty hard to...
If he's referring to shakes, I did used to do shakes, but I dropped them from my menu.
Yeah.
So, I didn't feel they were up to the same standard as my ice cream.
Okay. So when I drop into your store, you've got... Let's talk about I Should Coco.
That's
correct. We'll go back to that. Yeah. What can I expect to see there? What goodies?
Okay, so basically I have a base flavour of vanilla coconut soft serve that I designed myself, and I'll dispense that in a cup or a cone with your choice of. I have 5 regular toppings, and then I have a rotating special. But I always invite people to come up with their own creations as well.
Excellent.
And
so when you invite people to come up with their creations, their own mixture of...
Yeah, they can make whatever they want out of the toppings I have. And also, if people want to, comment on the Facebook page, suggestions, specials
do
I can do.
Do you get people doing that? Kind of suggestions?
Every now and then.
Yep. Cool. What John says, Murray's legendary 20,000 cows is still up and running. Excellent. I have yet to get there. Favourite ice cream topping?
Out of my own, it's the Cookie Wookie. I love that one so much. I've even got it tattooed on my arm there.
This
there we
one
go.
Here.
That's the one.
The Cookie Wookie. It sounds good.
Yeah, that's a warm chocolate chip cookie dough and salted caramel sauce. So that's
nice.
That goes down a storm.
Oh yeah, that's the most popular one.
Yeah. It came on as a special to sort of go through last winter. With it being cold, having the hot dough, but
it still kept going through summer.
Yeah, it kept going, because everyone loves it.
Yeah. Now, Jessica mentions that you've got reusable
cups. Well, what I do is basically the cups I use, they're all plant-based packaging because even though they appear to be plastic, they're, like the bio cups.
Yes.
But I do invite people to bring their own containers, which I much prefer, people would do, and they do get a small 50-cent discount for doing so as well.
Excellent.
And it just helps reduce down on waste. And, this sort of goes for the whole vegan markets. We do encourage all stores to offer a discount for people bringing their own containers. So, guys, by all means, bring down your Tupperware, whatever you've got. If you've just finished a drink, keep the cup, get an ice cream in it, reuse.
That's a great idea, yeah. And do you find people doing it?
I mean, we tried to launch it last month. It was Katie from Cloverly Cupcakes really, got behind it and said, "Come on, you should really be doing this."
Yes.
We took note, and and I just want to mention Katie because this Sunday at the Vegan Markets will be her last ever appearance.
Yeah.
So that's it. Globally will be no more. So, you know,
Ah.
give her a good send-off.
Yeah. That'll be your last opportunity to try some of the very well-renowned Cloverleaf cupcakes.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't think I've tried them myself, but they're pretty good.
There you go, Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. That's where I've got to be. Let's see. Christine says it's delicious. I think she might be referring to the favourite.
The Cookie Wookie.
The Cookie Wookie.
That's it.
Good name. Cookie Wookie.
Yeah.
What's some of the other names? You got some other...
Chucky Timmy. I just keep them silly, you know.
I love it.
I enjoy sort of very
silly names.
Yeah, and very well-spoken posh people coming up to say silly things. It's good fun.
That's a way to do it. That's good.
Some people are far too embarrassed to even say them, you know.
Oh, poor customers. Any others that are good?
Well, they're not too out there, the other ones.
The others are a bit more sensible.
That's it.
So the sensible customers can order something without having to feel a little bit out of place.
Yeah.
And Jessica says Cloverleaf cupcakes are the best.
Absolutely.
I can't believe I've gone this long without trying them, but they are Brisbane based. So
that's right. Yeah.
That's why I've missed out. We have a sort of like down here in the Gold Coast. We have our So I'm just reading Lucy's comment. Aussies posh, lots of an Aussie. Aussies posh, yeah. A posh. Oh, I can't even do it. It's British. Anyway, forget it. It's not working. It's not working. I was going to say. I'll go back to what I was going to say. We have our own scene down here in the Gold Coast, and it's interesting. Like our own vegan food scene here, and we get people coming from Brisbane down here who have never tried any of the stuff that, if you're living here, is quite common. You know,
that's
have,
right.
You know, like Greenhouse Canteen, my favourite vegan restaurant here on the coast. We have people come down and try it for the first time and go, oh, wow, that's really good. You know, I think, well, yes. I mean, I eat there a lot, but, you know, of course, they don't live here.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, that's even now across Brisbane, you know, there's so many places, sort of south and north side divide, you know.
That's true.
Like we were saying earlier, you know, I haven't even got over to
Vegan Yum.
To
Vegan Yum, yeah. What about, say, September 18 on the...
Yeah, I mean, KK is a good friend of mine,
yes.
So, you know...
You've been there?
Yeah,
I hear good reports about it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
You know, he's a really talented chef, and you know.
Yeah. And I'm just so amazed that you were working at Loving Hut. And,
so that's right. Me and KK, September 18, we're in the kitchen together.
Oh wow!
You know, that's where it all began.
It's a small world, isn't it? Chunky. Jared wants a chunky thick shake.
He's not going to give up, is he?
It could be worse. You could be standing at your stall on Sunday going, I want a thick shake. And you're going to have to go to one of the other stalls for that. And there will be thick shakes.
The Sweet Willie's Donuts will be doing shakes.
Okay, Sweet Willie's Donuts. And there's another name for you.
There you go.
Sweet Willie's Donuts. Try not being embarrassed when you say that. Okay, with about 10 minutes left to go on the show, we've been having a bit of fun tonight.
Absolutely.
It's been good, isn't it? You got to be on this side instead of being on that side watching it.
Right.
So, guys, with about 10 minutes to go, if you've got any questions about the Brisbane Vegan Markets or about I Should Coco, take the opportunity now to ask. Otherwise, we're just going to waffle on about vegan stuff. Okay, I'm so stoked that you've been vegan 14 years, or most of that 14 years. How do you? I want to ask you what do you think about the way the world is now in 2017 with veganism and vegan awareness? What are your thoughts and feelings on the changes you've seen in the time that you've been vegan?
Yeah, it's certainly growing rapidly. Definitely the last 2 years, you know, it's sort of gone next level. And you can see that by the influx of restaurants we have. Yes. And it almost seems in Brisbane, like every restaurant you go to, they've got an option now.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people, they're in it for financial gain rather than, you know, but they know there's demand now.
But even that's the thing. they might be in it for financial reasons, not for ethical reasons.
That's
But the fact that they're doing it means, as you say, the demand is there.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's reached that point, you know.
Yeah, and even if people are doing it, you know, to put money in their pockets, it's still saving an animal's life. So
that's a point, yes. And then hopefully they sort of make the connection somewhere, because there have been instances here on the coast of places that were vegetarian that went fully vegan. There's a couple of places that have done that. I'm not thinking at the moment of any meat places that have gone vegetarian or vegan, but there have been a couple here. And well, I think maybe Charlie's Raw Squeeze wasn't originally vegan.
That's right. Yeah, I hear that.
It wasn't originally. Yeah, it wasn't originally vegan. And so there's another example in Brisbane, and Brisbane has really gone ahead rapidly lately because it was lagging behind the Gold Coast for a while. Like Gold Coast was expanding. We had like at one point, well, we still do, we have more, 10 or 11 places that are 100% vegan. And at that point, there were only like 4 in Brisbane. But Charlie's Raw Squeeze came on the scene, and it expanded. And then you got the vegan pantry, and you got mood-free burgers, and you know, and of course vegan yum. And now Emily asks, how often do you have the vegan markets? I was going to Brisbane for the Bris Vegan Fest, but it got cancelled. So now I'm hoping there will be vegan markets on.
Okay.
Take it away.
So every second Sunday of the month, we have the market 9 till 3. And then from this month, we're trialing the 4th Sunday of the month as well. The 4th Sunday will be 12 till 8. So it will be slightly later.
So,
you've got time for lunch and dinner. You've got 8 hours to sit down there.
Food coma.
That's it. And we'll have a fully licensed bar as well. So in between, you know, stuff in your face, you can have a few beers.
So, and Jessica's straight onto it. She's put the dates and the times. Yep. Wow, that is fantastic. That is really good. Thank you again, Jessica. That is really, really helpful. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, because we record this for YouTube as well, and it goes onto my YouTube channel usually within 2 days. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're missing out on the comments and the links that are coming up. But you can always follow through by asking questions on YouTube, and I can respond to you there. So it's, you know, you won't miss out. If you want to know, we'll find a way of getting the information to you.
Oh, and I just want to bring up as well, at the vegan markets, we actually do have an information table as well.
Good.
Because, you know, the market's not just about food, you know, it's the why are we vegan? What is this all about?
So what are some of the you have brochures, I guess.
Yeah, there's the brochure. That's correct. Yeah, we usually have a guy called Daniel. If not him, Hannah or Caitlin will be manning the store. And basically, you know, people will go around, oh, this food's delicious. Look at these cool T-shirts, books. But then, you know, there's this table there with information, getting them to think. None of it's graphic. You know, we steer away from that because it's sort of derogatory to the market vibe. You know, if people see pictures of a slaughtered animal, they're not going to then want to go to a stall and have a burger that looks like a hamburger, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Caitlin?
There we go.
Caitlin has just said, brochures and information booklets, come say hi, guys. Excellent. Thank you for your response there, Caitlin.
And these guys are completely volunteers as well. You know, they give up their time, so we really appreciate them being there.
Don't you love that community spirit, the vegan community spirit of people just volunteering their time?
Oh, that's right.
Not to help themselves,
to
help the animals.
Yeah, I get regularly, I get emails from people, can I volunteer? Can I come and help out?
Yeah, it's just, it's really, it's heart touching. It's very encouraging. I love it. It's just, and we see so much of it happening more and more now, even with a lot of young people. You know, so young people really get on side nowadays. It's fantastic. It's just, yeah. So it is a brave new world, and a big shout out to everyone that's doing their bit in whatever way it is, you know, because there's so many different people have so many talents. You've got vegan musicians.
Yeah,
you've got people like yourself, vegan chefs, you know, that are providing the food that we can all enjoy. You know, you've got people doing the blogs, you've got the videos, you've got the activism, you know, people doing the events. You've got just, you name it. There's so many different things. I mean, just find your niche and come from the heart, you know. And, you know, you're coming from the heart and getting people's stomachs.
Exactly.
So where do you think we're going to go from here with the way that the world is changing. Have you had any thoughts about that?
Oh, it's difficult to say. You know, we need to get to that point where, you know, because the population's ever growing, and even though the vegan population is growing too, are we keeping up with?
Yes.
We need to try and tilt that balance.
Yes, statistically we are apparently, and also we are growing. We are exceeding population growth. If that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I was trying to research that before and find out that if we are.
There is something that came up in the last couple of days that showed that I think in the US 6% of people are now saying that they are vegan. It may be vegan/vegetarian. Don't quote me on that. But it was 6% was the figure.
What, 260 million?
Yeah. So whatever the percentage is, that's a lot of people. If it's 6% of that, that's a lot of people. And also the UK has always had a strong, well, it had for the last few decades, a strong vegetarian base, which obviously would be a strong vegan base now.
Absolutely.
So it's just leaps and bounds, isn't it? Somebody said to me actually last weekend at the markets, a new vegan, it was actually really good. It was a family. The girl had gone vegan and had influenced her mum to go vegan, and her boyfriend to go vegan.
Fantastic.
And it was just like, this is great. And I just said to them, you guys are so fortunate that you're doing this in 2017.
Oh, that's right. You know, because I think, you know, when me and you both made the commitment, you know, we're freaks of nature.
And for the record, I still am. But yeah, that's right. But there's just no excuse now, is there? There's so much information. There's so much support. You know, it's just Google is there. You just bang, you get all the information straight away.
That's it. And I think having good positive role models is something.
There's so many of them. I've been very, very fortunate to have some of them come on the show. You know, including yourself. Good role models that give us good food, you know, and you know whether they're vegan fitness people or they're people like James Aspie, which was a hard act to follow, but I reckon you've done pretty well because he's. But you know, these are just people that are inspiring, you know, and you're just like, wow, you know, it's a good time to go vegan. There's no excuses. The information is out there. The support is there. There's actually vegan support groups. You know, for people that are finding it hard, a bit challenging, if they're getting copping a bit of flack from their friends, you know, and that sort of thing. That's right.
That can be one of the toughest things to overcome, I guess, like family, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you've been fairly fortunate, haven't you, from what you said? Yeah. What about with your friends?
You know, I've got the odd friend that's like, come on, mate, when are you going to come and have a steak with me, you know, and you just got to...
Yeah.
You know.
There are people that are reasonable and there are people that are just, threatened by it, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. You're questioning their lifestyle, questioning the way they live, so you know they get defensive about it. So
I used to cop it a lot in the past. You know, I mean, we're talking in the 80s. I used to cop it a lot. You know, and it's one of the reasons why I never spoke out much about it, about being vegan. I never spoke out much about it because if I did, I would cop the flack.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, that's one of the hard things. You know, for me, I don't know, perhaps a few years ago I was very, very much vocal about it, but then I sort of shied away from the whole vegan scene for a lot of years
because of that.
Now, you know.
But now
I'm back out there.
You're all right. Literally out there, and he'll be out there this Sunday. And you should Coco.
That's right.
You should Coco to I Should Coco at the Brisbane Vegan Markets, and Jonny will be there doing his fantastic ice creams?
Yep, ice creams, Sundays, cones.
Yeah.
We'll
excellent.
Have it all.
Cruelty free, and so you know you're going to be doing a good thing for the animals, for your health. Unless you eat like 100 of them, for the animals, for your health, and for the environment. So what more could you want? We're going to start wrapping this up on what has been episode 23 of the Vegan Hour. And it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. It's been really, really good. So guys, check out the Brisbane Vegan Markets this Sunday, July the 9th. This episode will be up on YouTube, hopefully within 2 days, internet permitting. And you'll also be able to rewatch this on Facebook until then. And also you can ask questions even after the show is finished. Thank you to everyone that has joined us tonight. Next week for episode 24, I'm talking to Shane Neal from Animal Liberation Queensland. That's 7:30 p.m. next Tuesday night, July the 11th. So join us then and we'll find out about Animal Liberation Queensland. Until then, live vegan and save lives and get on down to the markets this Sunday. So thanks guys for joining us. Thanks for all your questions and your input, and have a great week.
Cheers guys.
Good night everyone. Good night.